Today. I'm the community manager. Awesome. So we will just get started now. So what is the Cloneshouse Internship Program? I don't know if you all know about it, but the Cloneshouse Internship Program is a 7-month global internship program that Cloneshouse Foundation takes up every year. So previously, we used to have 2 tracks of this internship. We had the Cloneshouse African Internship Program, and then we had the Cloneshouse European Internship Program. But after evaluating and having conversations with the interns who have been through this, we decided that it was best to have a merged session, which is now what is called the Cloneshouse Internship Program. It's been unified. It's the same thing, just bigger and better. So I'm just going to get started. Please confirm that you can see my screen. You can just give me a thumbs up or, anything. So let me know that we're on the same page. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. So yeah, for those who don't know about Cloneshouse, I would just give a very, very brief description of what we do. So Cloneshouse is a monitoring and evaluation centered organization. It's a for-profit organization. However, Cloneshouse has a foundation which is called the Cloneshouse Foundation for African Development. And what it focuses on is on youth development, capacity strengthening, and basically youth improvements. So together, Cloneshouse LLC and Cloneshouse Foundation is able to bridge evaluation theory with real-world impact to ensure that we are teaching the practice of evaluation in Nigeria, in Africa, and then in the world at large. So we're able to do this through our foundation, which is where the internship is housed under. So what is the program specifically? Like I had said earlier, it's a 7-month global internship program specifically for monitoring, evaluation, and learning. It's designed for people who are curious about monitoring and evaluation, who have already started in the field but need help with, progressing and saying, okay, what do I do next? How do I go about this? So it's designed for young and emerging evaluators and for those who are, curious about the field of evaluation. I beg your pardon. So that's what it is. And then what we do is to ensure that we merge both the theoretical part and then the hands-on learning for evaluation. So we do this through our interns being involved in our real life projects, through mentorship with the consultants that we have working with us, and then through collaboration with other organizations who do the same thing. Some of the other activities that we do in the internship is building both the soft and the hard skills of the interns. So besides building your skill as an evaluator, what you would also be doing is building your public speaking skills. It's building your peer-to-peer learning skills. It's also building your communication skills, both written and oral. And I would say that that's an add-on for anyone. It's like you're getting 2-for-1. That's what I would call it. But yeah, basically the Cloneshouse Internship Program is an all-encompassing internship program. It lasts for 7 months. So what is the structure? It's going to be 7 months. We're in January. Currently, the applications are open, and the applications would run from now to February, when we would then have conversations with the people who have applied to see if they're a good fit for the program. And then once we've gotten the candidates that we intend to have, it would now run for 7 months, starting from March. So it would run from March 2026 to September 2026. And it's a fully remote role. If you see that I wrote hybrid, it's because sometimes we have interns who are in Nigeria. And if we do have that, we encourage them to come to the physical office if they want to. We have a library here that has a lot of evaluation text that we believe would be helpful. So they can come here, they can read it. They can also meet the team, have one-on-one discussions. That's a perk of being here. But if you're not missing anything. We also have soft copies of most of the books that we will be using. And then you're also available to have conversations with the people you're going to be working with per project and generally. So we would say that you would be able to dedicate a 20 to 30 hours time block per week. This is to ensure that you're not stressed in trying to cramp everything into one day, but also us understanding that sometimes you may have other things going on the side. So we see it as people, we see this internship for people who would be able to dedicate this time. So if you think that you're busy, if you think you're very engaged, I don't think that this would be the best fit for you for now. But all the best regardless. Another thing we do that I would say is quite unique with the internship is the combination of our trainings, our project work, and then mentorship. So when I say trainings, Clones House Foundation houses a lot of trainings, both in-person monitoring and evaluation trainings, online monitoring and evaluation trainings, and then tailor-made trainings for organizations. So basically, as an intern, you would have access to be trained by the best consultants in the world, if I should say so myself. So you would have access to that for free because you're an intern. And then you would also be immediately involved in the projects that we have on ground. And so it means that as you're learning, you're working. It's real life, hands-on practical experience for you, which is what we want to transfer to you. And then you would also have access to mentorship. During the time when you're doing the courses, our online courses, you would have a session where you have 1 hour time with your facilitators per week. Besides that, there would also be a time where the interns can have um, conversations with the team monthly for us to check how are you doing? Are you fulfilling your goals? So some of the things that we do when we have interns is to ensure that we have a goal setting session where every intern feels that, and then we prepare a 7 month plan for how that is going to be fulfilled. And so those monthly check-ins are very important to see if you're on track, if there's anything Clones House can do to get you on track if you're not, and if you need help. So that's what the structure is about. What will the interns be doing? I think that I have touched on this a bit, but I would still speak just for clarity. So what they'll be doing, some of this is not all, just to say this is a bit of it. They'll support the monitoring, evaluation, and learning platter planning. Why did I say platter? I beg your pardon. So they'll be supporting the monitoring, evaluation, and learning planning sessions. They'll be supporting data collection, analysis, reporting. They'll be doing the real monitoring and evaluation work. So that's why we say this is for people who are able to dedicate their time, their energy, and who are willing to learn. We don't expect you to know everything, but we do expect you to have the willingness to learn. I apologize if I'm speaking very fast. I will take it easy. Another thing that the interns do is they conduct research, they do desk reviews. Again, you're not working alone, so this shouldn't scare anyone. You would have mentors, you would have colleagues, you would have other project team members who you would be working with. They also work with our business development and partnership teams. And what they do is either support in the search for proposals, draft the same, or just basically um, see how it's all done, what they can do, what they can learn. And then when they have seen, they can begin to implement what they have learned from the moment that they start. Besides that, they would also contribute in their knowledge building. So they do that by writing blogs, monitoring and evaluation centered blogs. They can be blogs about your experiences. It can be blogs about what you have found. We are a very curious environment and a curious organization. And so we love to learn, we love to listen to people speak about things. What they would also be doing is having skill share sessions. So we encourage this to happen because the skill share sessions are for both you and for your fellow interns, and you would have the opportunity to build your public speaking skills. You can teach us on any topic you want, and then we would have the public there, of course, if you're comfortable with that, but if not, we will keep it in-house. However, we like to recommend that it's for the public. This is because you're building yourself, you're also putting yourself out there. Because besides the internship, I believe that a lot of people would like to build their careers from here. And so that would be a good way to put yourself out there. Off to the next. So why join the internship program? I don't know if you're thinking, is this for me? Should I be interested? Here are some reasons why you should join. So immediately you are accepted as a successful intern. What happens is you're immediately onboarded into the Clones House system, and then you're involved in the projects that we have currently. So you hit the road running. We don't let you sleep or get tired. So you immediately get involved in the project. Then you have access to mentorship from senior and mid-level male professionals in our community of professionals. You also have access to peer learning across globe. So besides learning from us, another thing that we usually encourage is peer-to-peer learning. And we see the internship as a place not just to build your knowledge, but also to build your network and learn from people from across the globe. So that is another thing why that you would be gaining if you're an intern. Another thing is career readiness support and alumni progression opportunities. So we have an alumni network from the interns that we've had over the years, and we're so proud of them because they're doing great things in their different fields. So if you are an intern, of course, you'll be part of that network and you'd be able to, work with them. You'll be able to learn from them. You'll be able to ask questions and grow from there. Who can apply? Although this information is readily available on the website, I have just put a condensed version here. This is not all, so you can please feel free to check it out after now. I would also ensure to include the link in the description video so that you can check and ask all the questions that you have. So we would like to have people who have 1 to 2 years experience. The reason we ask for this is to ensure that we have people who have the basic work skills, even if we're going to be building on that. Another thing is to have a strong interest or background in mail development, research, or policy. I think that that is pretty obvious why we would want that because this is a very specialized internship. So it would make sense to have that. Also, people who have the minimum of a bachelor's degree. If you have a master's degree, it's an advantage. We also encourage all our applicants to please um, be very fluent in English or at least communicate clearly. If you're multilingual, I think that it's amazing. But the primary way that we communicate in Clones House is with English. So it would be great for people who apply to bear that in mind. And then most importantly, we would like to have people who are able to manage their time properly, who have good communication skills, and who are self-motivated. So as much as the Clones House team would be readily available to put you through everything you need to do, it's important for you as an individual to also be motivated and interested in what you applied for. So these are some of the criteria that we have for people who should apply. Um, I'm checking if we have a question in the chat box. Okay, there's none now. If you have your questions, please, you can just have it written down or you can put it in the chat box. And after this, I would definitely get to that. Hi guys, I'm back. Sorry for the brief pause, but please give me a thumbs up if you're still with me, if I'm not talking too much, if I'm not boring you with all the details that I'm giving you. So thank you very much, guys. Glad to see that you're still with me. Also, thank you for sticking with me. We're almost done. So another question that we usually get is this a paid position? So ideally, this internship is described as an unpaid internship, but practically it's now structured as a paid apprenticeship. What this means is there's no salary, you're not paid monthly. However, if you're involved in projects that would need you to travel or, some other activities outside the activity that has been included in your terms of reference, we would have per diems provided and then travel support where applicable. Again, it is not a paid position, but there are per diems and travel support where Clones House has said, okay, as an intern, we want you to do so and so project in a certain place. Of course, we will cover your transportation and your per diem. I hope that is clear. I'm going to move forward. But of course, if you have questions, feel free to ask. You can just drop it in the chat box and then we'll get to it. So what is the timeline for the application? The application opened on the 12th of January, 2026. So that was last week, Monday, I believe. And the information session was to hold yesterday. This is what we're having now. So voila. And it would close in February on the 11th. However, we're getting notifications from people who have asked us to extend the deadline. At this time, we cannot say whether or not it would be extended, but if it will be, you will definitely see it on our touch points, on our social media pages, on our LinkedIn, and in our newsletter. So what we're looking to get in this cohort is 15 interns globally. I know that that's some people may say that as a very um, small group of people, but we like to keep it very tailor-made. We want to ensure that every single person feels seen, feels heard, and has every single thing that they need to succeed in their monitoring and evaluation journey. So we're looking to get 15 interns globally. And how do you apply? So currently we have the link on our website. I'll post it after this. But if you just go to the Clones House website, just give me a minute and I will post it in the chat box just so that it's there. Awesome. Thank you. Our communications team have just confirmed that the application link is on our social media pages, so you can please check that out. So yes, there's an online application form accessible from our social media pages and then from our website, the link I have just dropped. In the form, we would ask you all the necessary questions that we need, and you would be asked to also include two referees. The reason for this is just for us to ensure that we have people who we can reach to say, okay, this person is doing for to just vouch for your character. It's nothing more than that. And then because of the influx of applications that we receive, we're unable to respond to every single person individually. And so just shortlisted candidates will be contacted, just so shortlisted candidates will be contacted. It's quite a lot of applications that we receive, and so we cannot ideally respond to each and every one of them. And so we're just going to be able to communicate to the people who have been shortlisted. So people who have been shortlisted, by the time the window for application closes, we'll begin to receive emails and invitations for virtual chats, and then we move from there, basically. So that's how it goes. So yes, Clone House is a community, and we always seek opportunities for our interns to grow more than they have grown, and also for them to see the world globally. And so that means that we're very open to partnerships. We encourage individuals, organizations around the world who are interested in partnering with us for our internships to please, indicate and let us know. The way to contact us is foundation@cloneshouse.com. It's on the screen. You can also ask any of our social media pages and you'll be sent the email as well, foundation@cloneshouse.com. So in case you're on the call or you're watching this video and you're not necessarily interested in being an intern, but you're saying, how can I be a part of this? What can I do? I would like to also support the global youth in their development, in their growth, and in preparing the workplace for um, the future generations, then this is a great way for you to do that. You can partner with us. We have so much in store for you, and we're very, very excited. So, yes, again, frequently asked questions. Is the program remote? Yes, it is primarily remote. Most of what we do via emails. We use a lot of video conferencing tools. So yes, primarily it is remote. However, if we have interns who are situated in the places where Clones House has a physical office and they would like to visit the offices, they are very welcome to do that. And then another question we've had is, can I apply from outside Nigeria? Absolutely. Like I said, we had the Clones House African Internship Program, which was far across Africa. We had people from every angle of Africa, and it was very amazing. We've also had the European internship, which had everything to do with interns in the EU region. We've had people from Germany, from France. So yes, you can apply for it wherever you are. So long as you can dedicate your time and your energy, you're very welcome. And then, as earlier said, if you were to undertake the internship, how many hours approximately do you think you would need to dedicate per week? So we are putting it at 20 to 30 hours, reason being that you'll be working on courses, you'll be working on certain projects. And so those are things that may take time. However, your spreading the time is according to you. We don't dictate to say you have to be logged on from so time to so time. So if you can fulfill your tasks within the hours that you have available and attend to your meetings and basically all the other things that the interns would be doing, then absolutely you can do that. So can interns progress into paid roles? This is another question that we've gotten. Yes. In the past, we have had interns who have become consultants. We've had interns who have become full-time staff with Cloneshouse. We've had interns who have been recommended to other organizations. So yes, it is possible. However, I wouldn't say that it's a linear line that immediately you're an intern, it automatically translates to being a future staff. However, there are situations where it has happened, and we believe that the internship program as a whole prepares you for the real life work experience and then puts you in a position to be able to react as you would in an actual working simulation. So that is it. Thank you for listening. I've spoken a lot. Okay, I'm going to check the chat box now for questions. Thank you so much, Happiness. I can see that you posted the emails and thank you. Um, okay, so we have a question from Daniel. Hi, Daniel. He says, while I'm interested in one track, the M&E, do interns get to work on other areas like impact evaluation, business development? Thank you very much for your question, Daniel. So yes, while we in the form you see that we ask what track you're actually interested in, we still ensure to involve all interns in all the various parts of the internship program. The reason we ask that is to ensure that as much as you get the general and generic knowledge of everything, you also get to have a very specialized um, and useful track for yourself. So, yes, you'll get to work on other areas like impact evaluation and business development. In fact, we very, very highly recommend that you get involved in all areas just so that you're fully grounded. I hope that answered your question, Daniel. Please let me know. So do we have any other questions? This is your time. I shouldn't be speaking now. It should be you speaking. So if you have questions, if you have comments, you can just put your hand up and yeah, we'll just attend to it. Did I answer every single question? I don't think the frequently asked questions touched on everything, but if you did, that's great. But please, if you have questions, feel free to ask. If you have comments, if you feel like I rushed over certain things and I wasn't really clear, please let me know. I'm very happy to repeat it as well. I'm going to do a countdown from 10 to 0. If we do not have a question, then I will hand us over to the communications team for a very brief and interesting presentation that I think would be very impactful for those who intend to be a part of our internship program. So I'm going to start the countdown now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Over to the comms team to continue from where I've stopped. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Thank you guys for listening.
Okay, so back to myself, Happiness, and thank you for the claps. I'm sure that's for Princess. Yeah, so I just want to read something quickly for us. So it's a letter from a past intern to our future interns. I hope everyone can hear me. Please, if you can hear me, oh, awesome. Okay, so letter to a future intern. Dear future intern, or should I say young evaluator, it is the month of August 2025, and I am 6 months into my journey with Cloneshouse as I write this. The Cloneshouse African Internship Program is a wonderful deep dive into the M&E space for a graduate, mid-level, or even a professional. For a professional, it offers a chance to revisit the fundamentals, reconnect with the core principles of monitoring and evaluation, sharpen your evaluative thinking, and engage with a vibrant community of practitioners pushing the boundaries of the discipline. The support at Cloneshouse is incredibly generous, and the emphasis on team collaboration creates a nurturing environment where each contribution is valued. You get to interact with your fellow evaluators and professionals across all cadres as well. Tuesday facilitator meetings and Thursday stand-up provide a valuable space to express ideas, engage in meaningful debates, and opportunity to strengthen connection. Also, the WhatsApp community channel serves as an important platform for staying connected, sharing updates, and fostering online dialogue. Finally, it is also important to share that this internship rewards self-drive, initiative, and presence. It is not just about completing tasks. It's about showing up, engaging fully, and taking the first step. Growth at Cloneshouse comes from participation, consistency, and willingness to contribute. The more you invest in the experience, the more you will gain from it. Happy learning. Emmanuel, Spring 2025 cohort. So this is a letter from our past intern onto our future intern. So I want to believe we will have some of you here. And this letter is meant to encourage you and then to give you a voice from inside, to tell you what their past experience looks like, and then what you should be looking forward to, and even much more. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Happiness. I think that that was very sweet. And just to say that that wasn't curated, it wasn't guided. We just told them whatever it is you feel about Clones House, good, bad, ugly, let us know. We're an evaluation firm. So of course we want to evaluate our processes. We want to be sure that we're reaching the goal that we want to reach. So that was from their hearts. It wasn't, we didn't even have a hand in it, so that you don't think that it was something that we said you must write good about Clones House. So if we did bad, I promise you our interns wouldn't have kept quiet, because Clones House is a very um communicative organization, and so they would have said, oh, I think you should do this, I think you should do that. But yes, I think that that was so heartwarming. That's my first time reading it, to be honest, and I absolutely love it. I'm rooting for each and every one of you, for those who would like to be interns. I'm looking forward to seeing you, to conversing with you more. But if there are no further questions, I think we have kept you all for so long. So Fatima says that that was inspiring, and I absolutely agree that it was. Hopefully, you also, inspire future generations. Fingers crossed. So we have a question from Nation. Yes, Nation, please, you can unmute and speak.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Nation. That's my first name, and my surname is John. Thank you so much for having us.
Okay, awesome.
Also,
Hi, Nation.
for also rescheduling the section for us. So, my question is, I'm completing my program currently at University of Lagos, Masters in Measurement and Evaluation, right? So, I'm currently volunteering with a firm as a way of gaining hands-on experience. And prior to now, while on the program, I'd made some research about companies, where I could get hands-on experience. And that is when I came across Clone about 8 months ago. And since then, I joined the newsletter and signed up to the newsletter. And that was when I received the notification. So my question is this. I've understood that you said um, I had the question before, but I won't ask that question because you have answered it, which is unpaid.
Okay.
However, it's unpaid. However, sometimes it might involve traveling. but the company will cover up for that. So I wanted to confirm and clarify that. So my way I'm volunteering is kind of it's not really ethic. So my question is also voluntary, it's also unpaid, right? But I'm also acquiring skills from it. And but since this one is like 20 hours per week and it's kind of flexible, can I also doing it alongside with that one since both of them are flexible and they are for just getting hands-on experience? That is just
Okay,
my
that's your question.
yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for your question, Nation. So what I would say is I can't personally identify what you're able to do and what you're not able to do. I think that per person, your capacity to carry things differs. So if you believe that what you're currently doing is flexible enough that you'd still be able to dedicate enough time here and assimilate, because it's not just about keeping yourself busy all around, it's about ensuring that you're able to grasp what you need to grasp and then use it in the way that you need to use it. So if you're able to do that, then why not? You can go for it. But what I would say is don't overload yourself. Don't try to do too many things at a time, because even if you're able to juggle so many things, I do believe that some things will suffer no matter how little it is. So that would be what I would say in regards to that. So I think you need to evaluate and assess yourself to say, can I do this ideally and realistically? I hope that answered your question.
Yes, yes, thank you so much. It's very flexible. Like I said, it's just I'm just volunteering there, right? So it's very
Mhm.
flexible. So I can definitely combine the two.
Awesome. So if you believe you can, then why not go for it? So it's not just the flexibility, it's also the workload that you would have. But if you believe that you can, I mean, all the best. Rooting for you.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful.
Awesome. Thank you. So do we have any other questions, comments, assessments? Yes, Dauda, please go ahead. Hi, Dauda. If you're speaking, we can't hear you. I can see your hand raised. So please unmute your mic and speak. Oh, we can't hear you yet. Hi, Dauda. Can you hear me? We can see your raised hand, or if you're speaking, we cannot hear you. So please maybe mute and unmute again, or if the challenge is with your network, an alternative would be to drop your question in the chat box. But if you're able to speak, then please go ahead. We just couldn't hear you. So yeah, you can try again. I can see that you've muted and unmuted, but we still cannot hear you. I'm so sorry for the difficulty you're experiencing. I would advise that maybe you just put it in the chat box and then we'll see how well we can answer your question. And if you still need further clarification, maybe you can try again. But we can't hear you. I can see that you're muted, but no words are coming to us at this moment. So while we wait for Dauda to have his device sorted, um, do we have any other questions? Do you have comments? While we wait for him to, maybe you can leave and join again. I think that's another option. Yeah, maybe leave and come back. Perhaps it's the network challenge. Okay, I can see that you're already chatting in the chat box. Hi, Dauda. Good afternoon. Hopefully, we're able to get his question soon enough. But thank you so much, everyone, for your time. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day and your schedule to be here with us. Absolutely grateful for your time. Just to say again that the video will be updated on our YouTube page for those who were unable to attend the live session and also for those who um you know, just want to play this over again and hear what we've said. So Dauda has sent his question. He says, please, will there be certificates for completing the beginning and advanced sessions after the internship? And our communications lead, Happiness, has responded to say yes. So yes, you will have a certificate for completing the beginner and advanced sessions. Those are our courses that we do, which we had said earlier are free for interns. So yes, there will be certificates for that. And for interns who also successfully complete their internship, there would be certificates for the internship. Yeah, so when we have gotten the interns and we're doing the onboarding, we now tell them what their key performance indicators are and how to ensure that they have a successful completion of their program. Oh yes, thank you so much for your time. Awesome. Thank you very much, Fatima, for your kind comments. At this point, we would like to please bring this meeting to a close. I think that we've spoken on everything that we need to speak about. And if there are no further questions or comments, we'd like to bid you adieu. Enjoy the rest of your day and bye, guys.